As the Russia-Ukraine conflict continues, the African continent is facing the brunt of the crisis as disruptions to energy and other commodities persist across the African continent. According to the chairperson of the African Union Commission, Musa Faki Mahamat, the African continent has become a collateral victim of the ongoing Russia-Ukraine conflict. The AU chief said last week that the ongoing conflict is characterized by a shrinking world supply of agricultural products and soaring inflation of food prices. He said the most emblematic sign of this fragility is the food crisis following the climatic disorders and the health crisis of COVID-19, which was eventually amplified by the conflict in Ukraine. In a report released last week, the UN Development Programme (UNDP) warned that the Ukraine crisis could further stall Africa's development trajectory, which is already significantly jeopardized by COVID-19. African countries are particularly affected due to their heavy reliance on imports from Russia and Ukraine. In 2020 alone, African countries imported agricultural products worth $4 billion from Russia, 90% of which was wheat. According to the report, the conflict in Ukraine has led to a 21% increase in the price of fertilizers, affecting African populations who remain mainly reliant on agriculture. Shortages and interruptions in food and fertilizers supply chains will increase hunger in Africa. The report further said the impact of fertilizer shortages will affect this year's planting season and will be felt throughout next year. The African Development Bank recently warned that the disruptions of wheat exports resulting from the ongoing Russia-Ukraine conflict has pushed wheat prices higher by 60% in Africa. President of the African Development Bank, Akinwumi Adesina, said last week that the conflict would create global problems, particularly for Africa, which imports a huge percentage of its food from the two countries. Economists are also warning that the Russia-Ukraine conflict has rocked several African countries, particularly net importers of commodities, as they call on African countries to work on substituting imports, revamping local productions, and attracting the foreign direct investment as a way out of the crisis and similar shocks in the future.